Let me actually spawn one of the muzzle flashes too. Muzzle. What? Muzzle sentry. That's what we want. Okay, this one's the only one that like I can dispute from the video that I don't know how to do it off the top of my head, but I know I've done it before. And that's doing the repeating muzzle flash. I remember he was complaining about that.
Alright.
Like I had to do like each and every one, and I remember I got it to work. I just don't remember what I did, and it was honestly a bit convoluted, but it can work. All
Alright.
right, let me go back. Let me find that fucking laser wrangler. Need particle system.
I remember for like one point in the video where like he used a different laser, where it was a Star Wars blaster, and it kept disappearing at certain angles. I didn't even know that that could happen for particles
It,
too. I thought that was
it
like a
was that
model
a
thing.
particle that he used for the Star Wars blaster?
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
The laser that you're talking about, was that a model or a particle?
I think he's. Oh yeah, it was a model. I'm
If it's a
stupid.
model, it makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, I'm
Then
just.
the engine would be calling it if like the root goes out of view, and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna look in item FX again because honestly, like I swear it's gonna be in here.
Just gonna pause the video until you find it because like I
Yeah.
want to conserve
Yeah.
my space.
Yeah, just again.
Okay. Uh, I have
Even though
unpaused
the
the
texture on
recording.
the laser is broken, I'm gonna hide the texture for, the
Yeah, I
thing for
think
now.
so. I think it
Um,
works. I think you got
okay,
it
so I'm
working.
streaming. I'm gonna go through the video.
Okay, let me watch the. There we
All
go.
right, so let's watch this cringe.
All right.
How much?
This Halloween, I have a frightful story for you.
All right.
Filmmaker scene! My story.
Yeah, it's so golden. The intro to this. Oh, it's so spooky. All right, that's funny. The whole 2008 engine thing, and you kind of understand it from Valve's perspective. Like it was never meant to do what he's asking it to do.
The Sentry
Yeah.
is its own model. This god-forsaken laser.
Man.
Laser influence. Never.
Let's see how much of the video he dedicates to the laser. Okay, I just want to clarify. At the time that this video came out, he actually asked me personally how to fix the laser. I didn't know. I went and experimented, by the way. I went to SFM and I was like messing with stuff, and I didn't know. I couldn't figure it out. After the video came out, if you remember 9J, 9J knew and told Lazy Purple. And then I went back into Source Filmmaker and looked at it again, and it was so fucking easy. And I just kind of face palmed, like, wow, this is so dumb. This much pain for nothing. So he dedicates almost half the video to this Wrangler laser. So let me tell you what's going on here. All right.
Next beam
All
has
right.
two control.
Yeah. So he's explaining the control points. This right here. So one of these control points is. Hang on, let me just re-enable the laser. Um, again, ignore the fact that I think it's just straight up using a missing texture.
Yeah.
The color shit is what really matters. It should be found in your end. So you've got these three control points,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Moving control point 2 does nothing. Cool though. He explains what this does correctly, by the way.
Hmm?
Y and Z coordinates correspond to the laser's red, green, and blue values using a scale of negative 255 to positive 255, which necessitates the equation x times 2 minus 255, where x is the RGB value that you want. What? You didn't get that? That's because it makes no fucking.
I'm just gonna say it right now. That part of the video is like it's kind of funny. It's pretty funny to me. Like the he explains how this works, and then he just says it just cracks me up, man. It's fucking
It's
funny.
painful to me.
We know.
Well, I said, this isn't my first rodeo. Surely I can fix this in a jiffy. But how wrong I was. Firstly, I went into the particle editors and coded it
Yeah,
together.
that's what I did.
selecting values.
Yeah, I'm
You're
recording. I'm
disconnected.
recording, Rose. I'm recording.
Okay.
It's fine.
The lasers. And when a texture is missing in source, the default replacement is pink and black. Maybe the particle's texture is missing or broken.
See, I don't think that's the case, because this is what the laser looks like on my end, and I'm pretty sure I broke something in the TF2 folder in the past. Yeah, I saw this too. I was I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't know how to do it at the time. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that that is my file, as I sent it to him.
He should have gone to. He probably should have gone to Harry 101 UK because like that guy, he knows literally fucking everything about Source One, man.
Yeah, I don't think he was in the server at that time. Anyway, who's okay? Right, so so just skipping through here. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. So basically, I don't understand the technicalities of it, but for whatever reason, Valve has decided to set the color of the laser, like he explained it, like to the control point. There's like a hidden control point in the map. I think it's the map origin specifically, corresponds to the color. This isn't the only trick Valve has done, which uses like weird map coordinates. The Combine core ball in Half-Life 2 Episode 1, the shader specifically only works at that map location. I don't know why, but that's the case. Either way, he went and was like, I had to ask someone to recompile the map with the origin in a different spot that would correspond to the correct color I needed, which was red. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, how can you actually recolor this properly? There has to be a way. As it turns out, there is a way. If you go into, if you instance it and you go into the particle editor, you'll see there's not actually much stuff going on here, right? Mm-hmm. Render rope, movement maintained position along path makes sense. Radius random, position along path sequential, alpha random, remap control point to vector, emit instantaneously, and the child, which is the dot. Remember he was talking about control points and okay, right, and all that shit. Well, as it turns out, remap control point to vector. What? Output field, color. What if I just delete this? What if I just get rid of this? What if we don't want this? Oh, look at that, it turns white. Ooh, I'm gonna mimic fucking laser purple. Oh my gosh, what happens if I add a color random into the initializer? And then what happens if I change color random to fucking red? That's all there was to it. That's it. Like, bro.
So
It's like,
so control point 2 technically does nothing, I guess.
I mean, no, it does nothing. Let me undo this shit that I edited. Let me go back to it. I'm kind of curious now what happens if I. Okay, so remap control point to vector. Yeah, you can see input control point number 2. So if you delete it, the control point is still gonna be there. It's just gonna do nothing. I'm kind of curious. Output field color. I'm not gonna touch any of that. I'm just but yeah, that's the thing. You remove it, and then you add color random, and you just slap it to fucking.
You go to town.
I mean, you can make it blue.
Colors.
You can make it look like that if you want to. Like, I'm on both teams at the same time. But yeah, here's blue. Actually, I think a better blue would be a bit more cyan, I suppose. Like, wow, or you can be cool and stuff and just make it whatever the hell.
I like that.
That looks kind of sick, not gonna lie. But yeah, it wasn't. Ooh, can I mimic a missing texture? One sec. Yeah, we're missing a texture, boys. But yeah, that's all there really was to it. It's not that hard. Again, I wish I knew this earlier, but it's. Wow, I mean, you also have to do it for, I did it for the laser sight beam. You have to do it for the dot too, because you see the dot is still pink.
You might want to. Oh, never mind. Okay.
But I mean, it's the same process. Just delete the thing and add the color thing, and
Power beam right there.
ooh, it's now the correct color or whatever the fuck color you want it to be. It can be anything. I mean, yeah, whatever. All right, let me go continue the video. I forget what he talks about next. All right, yeah, blah blah blah.
That means that I can manually control its shooting, which means
Right.
Yeah, you see,
This part I have legitimate complaints about. Like in terms of like Source Filmmaker, like repeating particle effects are really difficult in Source Filmmaker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip this for now and come back to it later because I don't actually remember how to do this. So I'm gonna go to the stuff that I do now.
if I could just like say something about this for 1 second, like I kind of like I was watching the video one time, and I even like I even told you this before actually. Like what he could have done was like he could have gotten another computer, installed SFM on it, put like him and the other computer on the same server, because you can start you can create your own servers in the Source Filmmaker version of TF2, and just have the gun fire at the other player, sort of like in Sandbox, like where you can record multiplayer sessions as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me keep going.
supercharge would be a simple process. It isn't. The default Uber in SFM is broken for some reason and always flashes like it's about to end.
Yeah, this is a
You
problem.
have to so much SFM community and put folks in the right.
I mean, this is pretty much covered. He's fixed that. Not an issue. I mean, it's a problem. Again, it's fucking 2008 Source or whatever.
Yeah.
Not only is this a time-consuming process,
This part here makes me laugh.
ghost buildings or something. I had to manually add replacement buildings myself. Nothing comes for granted in this program.
I mean, okay, again, it does. Whoa, they're right there.
Holy shit.
Holy shit,
Like,
they're.
you know what's embarrassing? Like how long Lazy has been doing SFM for like what, 5 years or something now. And like I learned about this like draw map other entities thing. I learned this on my first year, like within my first year of using SFM.
On my own. I'm like, oh, let me go into the right click menu. Ooh, what do all these do? I literally was like, okay, why aren't there any pickups here? Well, what kind of ooh, draw game entities. I'm assuming that the entities that control this must be hidden. Ooh, what happens if I click other entities? Ooh!
Whoa!
Like, oh my word. Like, it's not hard. I could figure, like, it's right there. Like, just mess with it. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's right. That's basically what I did. And it's just, what the fuck? That's the one thing I don't get. Like, how do you not notice that for so long? So long. Jesus
great.
Christ.
Alright, let me keep going.
Oh, man.
It's late.
Okay, beard stuff. I'm not even gonna talk about beard stuff because this is so like TF2 related that like I have nothing. I really have nothing for the beard stuff. Like, there's a lot of TF2 like material quirks that don't function correctly in Source Filmmaker, and it's not like super easy to remedy. So I'm not gonna fault him for like cosmetic stuff or beard stuff in general.
Yeah.
Remember the African payback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple, really. If I render out the glitched frames individually.
Wait a minute.
What?
Hold up. Here's something that I don't. Okay. So the flashing of the beard is controlled by this. I've not actually looked at this, but now I'm very tempted to open up the VMT for these models and see if there's any vector-related shit in there that I can just delete. I will do that later. I will do that later. All right.
Let's go.
One at a time, manually, the beard is fine. Sounds simple if not time-consuming. See how many I had to do. 460.
That's great.
1C position, but look at this shit. It's blue in this camera, but green in this camera.
Okay, now I'm kind of convinced that that's like a beard, like a material thing I can very quickly fix. I'm tempted to look at this after.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look, he did. The moral of
yeah, he
that's
fixed it.
very strong.
You should probably ask Patrick Jr. how he fixed it.
This I don't understand this.
Like media. I sometimes get these lights sometimes in my other projects. Like the last time I made a Source One, like if we could pause it here. The last time I made like a Source One filmmaker SFM thing, these lights were in the background, were like in the background of the Source Filmmaker logo thing at the end of the video, and I was like,
Mhm.
you know what, fuck it, I'll just cut this out and replace it with the actual logo because like they SFM also has like a little rendered project with the actual SFM logo thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I don't know what these are. I don't know what these lights even are. I think someone actually I think he mentioned someone in the video told him that there was like a console command that he could use to get rid of the lights.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna get
tried it.
that
I tried
far.
it myself, and it didn't work. The lights
Nice.
were still there.
Yeah.
A full 10-hour day trying to get rid of
Yeah. I honestly don't understand this either, but
Yeah.
N underscore light glow space.
trying to set a pixel shader that failed loading. That almost makes me wonder if the VMT of that material can be changed to a shader that makes sense. I don't fucking know. I'm tempted to look at that later. I know that he's joking here, but it spells it fucking out here. You're killing that entity. Like the kill command, it's there. Kill.
I'm certain that a ghost has possessed my computer, but it doesn't always make it so obvious. Sometimes the glitches are squirting, like the video backward.
Yeah, particles. They're always weird. I hate them.
Only a ghost. Half the time I input
Okay.
is fixable, but what I can't say it makes me very hopeful. Of course,
Oh yes.
it does make
One of
it
my
easier.
this part right here.
Spline curves.
Patience, but other times they put the spirit of the devil into my character.
Spline curves.
Oh my god, call the exorcist! Look at this.
This is called a skill issue, and I'll show you what I mean. So what he did, by the way, I've watched the final video, and the animation for this shot was done linearly. I'll tell you what his issue is. Okay. So let me which part? I'll do this part of the chest. Fuck it. Let me go down into here and add a key here. Add a key here. And add a key here. Right? Let's look at the graph. Right? Let me go a bit more hardcore. Let me actually look what he did here. How far back did he bend it? Okay. So it's pretty bent forward. Let me do the initial pose bent forward a bit more. And then okay, so it's pretty fucking bent backwards too. I'm only doing one spine bone. He probably did all three of them, but I only need one spine bone here to kind of make my demonstration. So here's the curve that we created. What he did was he finished the motion, but he added a keyframe after he finished the motion. And when you spline, if you look at the motion here, even though this key and this key are in the same spot, the motion has been smoothed, so the curve the curve keeps going, and the motion goes farther than you probably intended. So it goes like that, right? You get that sort of effect where it goes farther than you expected, and then it bounces back, right? If you want to end an animation like that, and you want to make it smooth, you do not use spline curves. You use linear. And then you get that smooth finish, but it doesn't bend backwards any more than you intended because the tangent here is flat.
Yeah.
So there's no more motion here. When you spline, it's going to overshoot because it's trying to smooth it out. Flat, you won't do that. It won't do that. And what he ended up using was linear, so it just goes like a robot. Like this is how it would be in the final video, instead of that where it's smoother. And also you can go hardcore. You can, you know, manually move the tangent. Right? You can go nuts. Or what should I do? I forgot how to select a single tangent. I think was it alt clicking or control clicking? Yeah, I think it was control clicking. Come on, give me, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't. I have to remember the control to select one tangent at a time. But either way, fast way to do it: use linear, and then you won't get that crunch backwards movement. Next one.
Onto the next SFM.
Fixable.
This, a 180-degree turn. It's simple, but for some reason, the program thinks that the most efficient way to do this is a freaking backflip.
It is. It 100% is. I'll tell you why it is. Right? So here's a sentry. Where's the pivot point? Is it this one? Let me find out. Okay. Let's pretend that this is the pivot point here.
Right.
And we want our sentry to... Our sentry. I'm gonna wiggle this a little bit as a mistake. Alright. Let's see. If I make it turn like that, what's it gonna do? Oh my fucking god. Not even my my failure. Not even my deliberate failure failed. It just went. It just went. Hold up. What happens if I tilt it? Okay. Okay. Lazy. What did you do?
For some reason, the program thinks that the most efficient way to do this is a freaking backflip.
Okay, one second. Okay, so it's hold up a minute. So it's pointing. All right. It's pointing down like that. All right. It's at a different angle, but fuck it. And then it goes to here. Kind of like that. Lazy. There's probably something fucking wrong with your graph. Hold up, let me fuck this up.
Is anyone recording this? Yes, I am.
Dude, it's still turning normally.
How the fuck do you fuck that up?
I don't even know how I'm deliberately trying to make this like as cursed as possible, and it's just not breaking. Okay.
And then in between.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. It broke. Okay. All right. Very, very cool. So basically what Lazy did, like, I had a completely different explanation for this. And apparently it's null and void because it's even dumber than I thought. Lazy just doesn't know how to fucking turn a turret like a normal person. Because I just rotated the thing and it was like, ooh, it just worked. Even when I was trying to fuck, I had to like go in order for the movement to like not work. How do I reset this if I wanted to? Like, I could probably just delete this keyframe and just fucking do it again. And it's just gonna okay, there we go. It's broken now. Okay. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try a big brain move. I don't actually know how big brain this is. Let's find out. Okay. That's not very big brain. What about that one? Nope, not very big brain either. What about this one? Is this one big brain? No, it's even worse. Okay, so moral of the story, I suppose, is if it okay, there we go. Moral of the story is just don't make it like overly complicated. It's it just it just works if you let it.
Yeah, just
Like,
rotate the
ooh,
normal fucking
this is
person.
so difficult. Like, what happens if I add an in between here? Like, I wanted to go like that. Okay, yeah. See, like, oh, I added some extra theater by making it go up a little bit. Like he's like lifting up the turret and then putting it back down. Like, even though it's machine, whatever. Like, wow. Okay, I'm just baffled.
I think even Das MXD had this issue,
The built-in stress reliever.
and he even
Whenever
mentioned it in his video.
Can I have some normal sentry rotations?
Nope. Nope.
I know of
that-
him.
Yeah, he made this this video of how he makes his animations, and he even mentions the Sentry pivot problem in his video.
Well, I mean,
he even, like, shows it.
it's all graph shit. Here, let me try and fuck it up again. I want to see if I can fix it without redoing the key. Excuse me, without redoing the keyframe.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna try it. All right, so let me just do it like a terrible move, and see if it didn't even break. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's a bit cringy. So we have to pay attention to the curves. Okay. Um. And okay, we don't want to touch that one. I think. I wonder if I had a key here. Ooh. 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 I like it. Okay, rotation. Okay.
God.
Interesting. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so moral of the story, Lazy has no fucking clue how to use the graph editor. And he's blaming it on SFM when it's literally a skill issue.
Skill issue.
All right.
getting exhausted.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, the TF2 specific stuff, beard, cosmetics. Also, he mentions in the video where like sometimes it'll do the thing where the render like color will invert every other frame. It'll just go regular negative, regular negative. I've dealt with that issue myself. I don't know what that is. It's some memory thing, I believe. All right, let me go back to the particle. This is the part where I don't actually know what to do here for the particle of the sentry. He wants it to repeat. Where did I put it? Here it is. Okay. So I want that to repeat. How do I make it repeat? I genuinely forget, so I'm just gonna start. See, here's the thing that bothers me. It repeats in here,
Yeah.
right? So if it repeats in here, you automatically kind of think that like, it should be able to repeat. I don't know if I just do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch me digging around. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
cut it.
if there is a way, there probably is a way to just set this to be a child of another particle and just set that particle to emit like once every like quarter of a second and it'll emit this as the child.
You can do that?
I don't see why not. In that case, it would make this repeating, but I'd have to go into the particle editor, the actual particle editor, and mess with shit there. It was Windows particle editor tool. Oh, right. I don't want to be in here.
We do be Scout Gaming.
I haven't been in this menu in a while.
I never even touched this menu.
File new. Okay. I'll create a particle. Lazy purple Ooh, P. It takes a while to save particles.
So we've basically created our own particle at this point, right?
Yeah, although I don't even know if it's gonna work. Where did I put it? I think it's in um
Oh god,
user
don't tell
mod,
me you lost it already.
user mod particles blah. Where is it? Where are you? Why is it like all stuttery and shit? Oh, cool, it does nothing. It does nothing, but that's fine. Now it exists. I can edit it here. When does this begin emitting? One sec. Start time. Okay. Because I'm not seeing anything here at all. This is not working.
Oof.
I'm doing a very good demonstration of particles, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
I know. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to the muzzle sentry part. All right, we have emit continuously, but what happens if I just have emit instantaneous? Oh. Okay, it just goes once. Once I get rid of emit continuously. Okay, it just disappears. Let me go back here. See, again, it's repeating in here.
Yeah.
So that tells me you can make it repeat just in general.
Yeah.
But I'm forgetting how to do that. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's a couple things I forgot for my custom particle, and that's position within sphere random for both that. Yeah, there we go. And position within sphere. That's what I was forgetting. Wow, I'm so stupid. Okay, now let me see if I can make this. If I can make the box flash, I have succeeded.
Yay.
But first I have to make it flash. I don't know why it's turning. Ooh, oh, flashing box.
Ooh.
Flashing
We did it!
box.
We did
Whoa!
We did
Did we? Did we do it, Reddit? Hold up.
it! Did we do it, Reddit?
I remember I got this to repeat. I just completely forget what I did to actually make it work. It wasn't simple. And like my thing is like it's repeating here. So there obviously is a way to like get it to, you know,
Work.
repeat normally.
How long was it? How long ago was it when you did this?
Did what?
The repeating thing on the particle
A
here.
little while ago. I don't remember.
Hmm.
I wanted to see if I could do it as a test, and I got it to work. I don't remember what I did. It wasn't as simple. Like it wasn't super simple.
I see.
And I'm not even gonna bother googling at the moment.
You know, I'm kind of tempted to make like my own how it feels to suffer video, but like I'm not. I don't want to be like as whiny or just like blame SFM for
Yeah.
this because
I
it's
mean,
usually a
there's
source too
legitimate
thing.
things to complain about when it
Yeah.
comes to source. There's
Yeah,
plenty
cause
of
like
legitimate
yeah,
things.
cause like there was this one fucking error. There was this one fucking error in source 2 that took me fucking like 2 months to figure out, and
Source.
it was like I even went to you about this. Like it was like position delta data. I have no idea what that was.
I remember that too.
Yeah,
Again,
it
I have like
wouldn't.
next to
Yeah.
no experience with
Yeah,
source too,
yeah, and
so
it wouldn't compile the model unless unless I fixed that error. So I went to many fucking forums and many different people, and they all came up empty, and I was like, oh my god, does literally anyone else have this error? And so I eventually fixed it when some guy on the SNBox Discord server was like, hey,
did
I
you just
figured out
say
the.
S and box?
Yes, I said SNBox. Don't quote me on that. But
Isn't that
anyway.
like new Gmod
But
program,
anyway,
something like that?
anyway, as I was saying, so some guy on that server was like, "Hey, I fixed the problem. It's actually because like there was like some flexes, there was like some shape keys, right? that they looked like they were broken because they didn't move, but in fact they actually did move, but only very slightly, so slightly enough that Source 2 couldn't fucking calculate it and just decided to not compile it. Source spaghetti, everyone. I love Source 2.
Well, I mean, one way you could probably entwine like all the horrors and like so many deaths of SFM is probably making like a general SFM video like Dasmixty, like he did,
Yeah,
and then add the suffering as part of how SFM works.
I guess. But yeah, that
Might
was like
definitely do.
that was really fucking stressful to like just. Ugh, I never want to do this. I never want to do that again. I hope I never find an error that nobody has ever discovered before, and then I'm left on my own to fix it.
Well, I
Because
mean,
nobody's fucking experienced.
I mean, I'm brand new on this scene, so I'm yet to occur on an error, like a complete error, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Source 2 is pretty new. I mean, only
Yeah,
since ever since Half-Life Alyx released, only just now everyone's been primarily, I guess, using it or testing it out.
Yeah, you guys know like interpolation and like all the HFR AI animation stuff, right?
What?
Like there's like specific. You've heard of like HFR animation or like interpolation where AI will like turn in 25,
Oh, I hate that stuff so much.
30 frames per second anime.
Oh yeah, the
I
interpolation. shit.
hate that stuff so
Does it
much.
have the same effect on like what
I
is
actually
it?
saw
What
like
would you call
a
it?
I actually saw like a video
As
of
it would on
someone-
normal drawing animations. Does it have the same visual effect, or is it the same?
What do you?
What?
I'm confused right now.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you if you don't know. I didn't know until I saw this guy called Noodle who made a video about like
yeah, I was
how
I was
making
gonna
60.
yeah. I was just about to say
Yeah, yeah,
that. I
like
saw
he's
his
probably the
video.
guy. Yeah, that's probably where you should start if you want to look into HFI animation. But the only thing that concerns me is the fact that he's 2D animation, and I'm wondering what same effect it would have on like 3D animation, like let's say SFM.
Oh, it looks ugly as hell.
It works better than 2D,
Does
but
it?
still
Oh.
bad.
If you're talking about using interpolation to create new frames, it looks
Yeah.
ugly. It looks so ugly. Especially with 2D animation. When people are like, I'm uploading these animes at 60 FPS, I'm like, oh my god, you just ruined it. It looks so bad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate
Yeah, I know that it looks so bad. I mean, although I think one part of the argument is that you need high resolution to notice it in the first place. Because I'm looking at these videos through a phone, and I normally don't notice these interpolations unless it's slowed down
it's
very
so
minimally most of the
ugly.
time. So I think one part of the problem is that unless it's very obvious, it's very hard to pick up if you're on lower resolution. Beside my point, but I don't know. I'm just wondering because. So now I know it looks just as bad.
Alright. So, I'm gonna spawn in the Grizzled Growth because that's the beard he used in the video. Add Team Fortress 2 item, Grizzled Growth. So, here we have the issue that Lazy was describing, where it would flash this color. And if you look, I'm just saving just in case SFM crashes. And if you look in the console, you see trying to get a pixel shader that failed loading. Apparently, from what I can tell, this is actually a boo-boo that Valve made. I was looking in the VMT, and I noticed something peculiar, and that is...
I think you're
Here.
screen sharing SFM.
I'm just screen sharing SFM?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I think one thing to note is, that SFM still uses the 2008 version of SFM.
Yeah.
Annoyingly.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this is unrelated. I think this is a separate issue. Because we've got that funky glowy beard issue. Which, by the way, it's funny how it resets when I go to the end of the timeline here. When I go to the beginning, I mean, it just goes whoop. It's funky. Anyway, so we get this issue, and eventually, if you get too many of these errors, it's going to crash SFM. Anyway, what you end up having, what I noticed in the VMT here is this little peculiar thing. This is bothering me. Why is it there? Go away. Stop it. Okay. So, right up here, we have 3 commands for detail stuff. But it's not calling a detail texture. And these commands only work properly if you have a detail texture also being called in the same way, like here where you have base texture and you have bump map, you would also have detail texture. And then these commands would tell that detail texture how to apply on top of the texture. But there is no detail texture being called. So
if it's necessary for every, sorry to interrupt you, but if it's necessary for every cosmetic, why did they ignore it for the bids?
I
In
didn't
this case,
say
the
that.
price.
I didn't say it was necessary for every cosmetic. I'm saying that this is just a bug, and if I just, for whatever reason, this beard again, all the code name is all beards are fucked. So,
Yep.
I suppose this is just some localized issue with just a few things, because obviously most cosmetics are fine, but beards for whatever reason have an issue. Anyway, with this beard, if I get rid of these detail texture commands because it's not using them, this VMT is not using them. I mean, well, I guess it's trying to use them because you're getting this error. If I delete them and I just hit mat reload all materials to reload the VMT, I mean, I just could have reloaded that one material, but whatever. Voila. It's fixed. It's no longer trying to run commands that it can't run, and it's fixed. There's no more green flash issue.
Yay.
So that they're
We
basically
did it, Reddit.
flashing.
We did it. We
Oh.
stopped racism.
Stop it.